Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Adaptive PE channel. We've got Arlene's 8th installment of yoga.
Okay, welcome everybody, and good morning. And today I thought we would have the theme of courage as part of our yoga practice, and courage to be present in our current situation, and courage to meet each day, and courage to move forward. So just with that in mind, we're going to be focusing on our warrior poses, which to me are really about strength and courage. So with that, let's go ahead and start with let's just start with taking a nice big deep breath and taking our arms up overhead this morning. And then on the exhale, bringing our arms down and hands to our heart center and pausing here. And let's go ahead and together set the intention of courage for ourselves this morning. Then take a breath, fill up. At the top, open your mouth and then let it go, and we'll come back to our mountain pose. All right, and here, just focusing on for a few moments on how you're positioned within your body in a standing position, being aware of where your feet are on the mat, where your weight, you can try shifting your weight forward and back a little bit, side to side. And then just thinking about your alignment, your shoulders, your hips, your knees, your ankles and feet. And then with that, just close your eyes and just really be aware, sense your body in space. And moving your breath in and out as you, again, pause to just sense your body in space. And then I invite you to go ahead and open your eyes again, and then let's go ahead and take a nice big deep breath and take our arms up overhead again. And then as you're here, just reach forward, because we're going to be using that movement, that reach and stretch later as we move into our warrior poses. And again, just reaching, getting as tall as you can, moving your rib cage out of your pelvis. All right, and then take another breath here, and then on the exhale, just let that all go and let your arms come down to relax and to rest at your sides again in your mountain pose. Okay, pause. Okay, notice how just that little bit of movement has an impact on your body. Okay, and then we're going to take another breath and take our arms up overhead again and stretch and get as tall as you can. And then let's go ahead and take our hands, clasp our hands, flip our palms up, and we'll go ahead and just kind of lean over to the right, okay, and just open and stretch that left side body. Pausing here, holding, okay, and then on your next in-breath, coming back to center, taking a breath here, and then on your exhale, moving over to your left side. Okay, pausing, holding the position, breathing here. Okay, and then on your next in-breath, coming back up to center, taking another breath, stretching one more time and getting even taller if you can. And then on the out breath, bringing your arms all the way back down. Okay, we're going to take another breath, and now this time just take our arms to where their arms are parallel or at shoulder level. Okay, and then here, just stretch and open up in this direction, and maybe move your palms so that they're facing forward. Okay, and breathing here, opening up, and maybe as you take a breath, maintaining your core, so keeping your belly engaged, and then just taking your arms back, maybe just a little bit on the in-breath, and then bringing them forward again. Okay, so breathing in, taking those arms back a little bit, squeezing your shoulder blades behind you, and then bringing your arms forward. Okay, take another breath here, and then just let your arms relax and come back down on the out breath. Okay, so now we're going to pay attention to our legs for a moment. So we're going to move into a straddle pose here. Okay, and here that can be whatever width apart is comfortable for you. Okay, because we're going to be using this as we move into, again, a warrior poses. And you can put your hands on your hips. to help stabilize yourself. And then here, maybe turn your feet out just a little, okay? And then from here, just try bending your knees and then coming back up. Okay, so take a breath on the exhale, bending kind of a little a squat in a sense, and then coming back up. Okay, and one more time, take a breath, exhale, squat down, whatever's comfortable for you. Being aware that your knees don't roll in, but rather stay out and open, and if, as best you can in alignment with your big toe. Okay, and then on your next in-breath, coming back up. All right, and now we're gonna go over to the left. So take a breath, and on your exhale, see if you can just move your body over towards that left side, okay? And then on your in-breath, coming back to center, and then take a breath, and on your out-breath, go over to the right. Okay, so we're gonna breathe in, come back to center, out-breath to the left. Okay, in-breath, come back to center, and out-breath once more to the right, and then in-breath, coming back to center. Pause here, okay? Notice how stable you might feel in this position. You have a nice wide stance, your feet are turned out, your hands are on your hips. This is actually a strong pose. And then from here, you can go ahead and just walk your feet in slowly and back to maybe where your feet are about hip width distance apart. Okay, so from here, we're gonna go ahead now and actually move into our warrior two pose. So you're gonna take a breath, and as you, well, actually what we'll do first is, actually I'm gonna have you walk back out, okay? And then keeping your hands on your hips, and then go ahead, we're gonna move to a warrior pose on the left with the left foot forward first. So here, checking your foundation, make sure that your knee, your left knee, is right over or in alignment with really the space between your big toe and your first toe. All right, and then your right foot, if you want to adjust the stance, you can, but that should be angled in about 30 degrees or so. Okay, so, and then your weight is going to be more on the outside of your right foot. Okay, and then on your next in-breath, go ahead and take your arms up, okay, and then you can have your gaze over your left middle finger. Okay, so here's our warrior two pose, and this is our pose, our position of strength and courage. And you are looking over your left middle finger, okay, and breathing here, right, and looking forward with a stable foundation, okay, as you're also reaching back, right, to the past, but also reaching forward into the future. All right, and now take another breath here, and then you can go ahead and just release, let your arms come back down, let your left foot turn back in, and we'll go ahead and just kind of walk our feet in and shake our legs out a little bit. Okay, just kind of relieve that. All right, and then we're gonna walk back out. And now this time we have to go to the other side, right? So you can start with your hands on your hips and turn your right foot out. Again, go ahead, you can bend your knee, and here your knee again should be over your ankle. You want your knee in alignment with your big toe and first toe. Adjust your stance if you need to. You can make it wider, shorter, and then turn your left foot in about 30 degrees or so. Okay, so that's your foundation. Make sure that you feel stable. Okay, once you're there, then go ahead, take a breath, take your arms up overhead. Oh, sorry, not overhead, at shoulder level. And then you're going to have your gaze over your right middle finger. Again, you think strength, think courage, okay, stability in your foundation and your strong legs as you look forward and you have an arm in the, going back. All right, and breathing here. Okay, and then on your next out breath, you can go ahead, just release your arms, put them maybe back on your hips, and then just walk your legs back in. Okay, and then just kind of shake them out. All right. We're going to go through that one more time and add, so a little bit more. So we're going to go back, so we'll go a little faster. So go ahead now, take a breath, and you can just kind of move into your warrior two pose with your left foot forward first. Okay, take your time to get there, but you know where you're going, right? So again, check that your left knee is over your right big toe, or in alignment with your right big toe. Okay, and here, looking over your left middle finger, breathing. And warriors not only are strong and solid in their foundation, but they also need to be flexible, right? And so, as you're taking your next breath, you're going to reverse your warrior, okay? And let yourself again be flexible, all right? And then here you're opening up, stretching through the left side body. Okay, breathing here, okay? And then you can go back on your next in-breath, coming back through that strong warrior pose. Taking a breath here, and taking one more. And then on your next out-breath, just going ahead and just releasing that again. You can place your hands on your hips, and then walk your feet back in, and shake your legs out. Okay, we're going to do the same thing again on the other side. So we'll just move right into the warrior pose, off with the right foot forward. So go ahead, take a breath. Assume your warrior pose, your warrior two pose. Okay, thinking strong, thinking stable. I can meet whatever may come my way. I have the courage. I have the stability I need. Right, and I have the mental fortitude as well. But I also need flexibility. So I'm going to take a nice big deep breath and then reverse my warrior. And I'm going to hold that. Okay, and then breathing here, stretching that whole right side body. Okay, and then as I take another breath, I'm going to move back to my warrior two pose. Again, acknowledging my strength and courage. And then take a breath, exhale, and let your arms come back down. You can go ahead, come back to your normal stance pose. And we'll take a breath here, and then just maybe close your eyes in your mountain pose, and just reflect, think about what courage means to you right now. Courage to meet each day, courage to be able to meet tomorrow, and to live in the time of unpredictability that we find ourselves in. So with that, we're going to go ahead, take a nice big deep breath, raise our arms up overhead, let our hands come back down to our heart center. Take a breath. Okay, maybe keep that intention of courage for today, and take another breath, send that out into the universe, and then you can just come on back and thank you for your presence today. Namaste.
Thank you, Arlene. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Please leave a comment if you have something to say. Thank you and have a wonderful day.